Yo, how's it going, YouTube? It's your boy Luciano Galvez. Just bringing you guys a short little vlog. I want to answer a big question that I feel is a big mental barrier for a lot of people, and that's how do I jump into photography without being creative, right? I feel like one of the reasons why a lot of people don't jump into photography is because they feel like they have to be creative in some sort of way, which is definitely not true. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. I'm not going to sound cocky in any way, and that's not my intentions. But anyways, when I started photography 5 years ago, I had no creative backbone whatsoever. You know, if you tell me to draw now, you told me to draw 5 years ago, I can probably draw you a stick figure. That's about it. Art wasn't my thing. If you just told me to draw something plain out, nothing was going to come of it, right? You weren't going to get into some sort of Picasso piece. And I kind of just want to use that to help you guys understand that you don't have to be creative, right? That's all going to come with time as you progress through photography. It took me 5 years to get to where I'm at right now, and I'm still not happy, you know, with how I compose some of my shots. I'm still learning every single day. Actually, you know, I feel like I'm learning a lot more now than I was when I first started. Probably sounds crazy to a lot of you, but it's the honest truth, right? I've surrounded myself with a lot more photographers to kind of expand my knowledge, and that's just how things go. One of the things that I like to say is, you know, Tom Brady and Kobe Bryant, they didn't just wake up to be the greatest, you know, overnight. It definitely takes time, and I don't mean months, I don't mean days. It takes years for people to be great. And even just to master a skill, whatever that might be. Another thing I do want to touch on too, guys, is, you know, the struggles that come with photography, and I'm going to touch on mindset, and I'm also going to touch on, you know, some of the struggles that you might face. First of all, mindset. Don't compare yourself to other photographers or other videographers. I get it. It's human nature. We all do it. I still do it to this day, right? And I still have to catch myself, right? I have to tell myself, like, hey, you know, that person probably has a lot more experience, or that person, you know, he's there for a reason, right? You know, and I'll be there one day, you know, but when my time comes, you know, I'm gonna learn to appreciate it a lot more than I do right now. So anyways, you know, don't compare yourself. Like I said, it's human nature. We're all gonna do it. Just don't do it. Another big thing that I feel is a huge struggle is time. Everybody wants to be great really quick, and it kind of, you know, piggybacking off what I said earlier, it doesn't take days, or it doesn't take months to learn how to use the camera. You know, it's gonna take you a while. And, you know, one of the luxuries that we do have nowadays is YouTube. A lot of the things that I learned was through YouTube. I went to YouTube University. I didn't go to film school. I didn't go, you know, actually, to prove you guys, you know, I took a photography class in high school, and I dropped the class 2 days later. I'm not supposed to be using a camera right now, I guess, if we were to go back on that. Anyways, you know, it all comes with time, right? We all have to, you know, you have to practice. You have to try to get better every single day, even if it's just 1% at a time. That 1% is going to add up over time, you know, and eventually grow out to be, you know, something great, right? You know, another thing that I want to touch on is, like, how do I become creative, or how do I learn to become a photographer? Like I said earlier, you know, right now we have probably one of the most powerful tools in the world, and that's YouTube. When I started 5 years ago, you know, I started by just typing in on YouTube searches, hey, how do I use a camera, right? Something simple as that. And I'm actually gonna start to make a lot more videos of how to learn photography, and kind of like what helped me learn faster and better. Because I get it, you know, you go on YouTube, you're gonna see all kinds of information all over the place. And the best way that I can put it to you is, you know, when you're out there on YouTube searching, find what works for you. There's no perfect way to do it in photography, you know, and that's probably one of my most favorite things, is that when I pick up a camera, there's no perfect way of doing it, right? I can probably get a badass picture, right, on like the settings that somebody else might be like, what the hell, why are you using those settings, right? That's what works for me. You know, I was able to get the picture using those settings. So, you know, that's probably one of the best things, is find what works for you. Don't listen to people, you know, a lot of people are toxic. That's another thing, is, you know, do things for yourself. You know, don't let other people control you. Don't let people feed in negative thoughts to you. If you really want to do something, you want to have the right mindset, you know, get out there, do it, you know, and do it for yourself. Don't do it for other people. That's probably one of the biggest things I got to tell you, right? Because trust me, I look back at the pictures, you know, I shot 5 years ago, and I'm like, man, these are probably the worst things ever, right? But I definitely learned about them, you know. I still learn to this day looking back at those pictures, like, dude, like, I've came such a long ways. Obviously, 5 years doesn't feel like a long time, but the progress definitely shows. right? And that's something that people should look towards to. That's something that you should look towards to, is that end progress, you know, at a later point of time. So yeah, anyways, you know, I probably rambled off a little bit right there, but use YouTube to your advantage, use me to your advantage, right? I'll link my socials down in the description so that way you guys can follow me on Instagram or whatever. That way you guys can message me if you guys have questions. That's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. If you guys did find it helpful or you guys find some sort of value to it, please do me a favor, leave a like, you know, subscribe. It helps out the YouTube algorithm and it just helps the video get pushed out. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys sitting here watching me, man. I'm definitely gonna start making a lot more videos like this. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, you know, about photography, about how I got into photography, whatever it might be, feel free, drop them down below. I'm gonna start replying to some of those comments. So yeah, guys, catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, baby.